Taurus, what's going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Taurus love reading. In this Taurus reading today, we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. We're going to do that to get one card for the shared energy that's affecting both of you here in April 2024. I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Taurus, 3 cards for your person. And then I'm going to clarify everything with a second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get started. Let's get one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Taurus and their romantic person of interest. Not even going to let me spit the sentence out. What's going on with you, Taurus? It's been a minute. What's going on with Taurus as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them in April 2024? Thank you. Okay, we got an extra card here in the center. It's unusual that happens. Normally I get an extra card at the end, so something new today. What's going on with your person, Taurus? What's going on with Taurus's romantic person of interest here in April 2024? You know, it's easy to get all of this stuff to come out, so that's good. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the 4 of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. Sometimes that can mean I don't want to let go of this connection. I don't want to lose you. Sometimes this can be a person who's being greedy or stingy or like selfish in some way, holding on to something. Have Knight of Cups. This is actions toward love and emotions. This is like moving forward with romantic offers, romantic gestures, trying to move forward or advance a love offer or a love connection in some way, taking actions on it. So not wanting to let go of someone, trying to move forward. 9 of Cups toward happiness and wish fulfillment, like personal happiness and wish fulfillment. This is Pisces energy of the 9 of Cups. Personal happiness, wish fulfillment tied to something. Now, on the negative side, this can sometimes be a person who is self-centered. So I got something that could be greedy and stingy and something that could be smug and self-centered and it's all about me, myself, and I. It doesn't really make sense if that's right in the middle of moving forward in love and emotions. Well, I guess it kind of does if this is what's going on. I got the 3 of Swords right behind that. This is Libra energy of heartbreak and sadness, usually from a third energy. The third energy is not always a romantic third party. Sometimes it can be. Sometimes it can just be mom is being nosy and sticking her nose where it doesn't belong. Or friends are doing that. Or family members or neighbors or co-workers, like somebody getting involved when they shouldn't. This third energy can be distance between the two of you, like geographic distance. The third energy can be a drinking problem or working too much or spending too much time playing video games. Like that third energy can be any number of things. It's not always a romantic third party. But we got some element of not wanting to let go of something and moving forward in love and emotions based on personal happiness and wish fulfillment. But there is some sort of a heartbreaking thing in the background underlying that. Not sure exactly what that is yet. We might have to come back to this more as we go along, but that's the gist of what it looks like this is going to talk to me about. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you in some way here in April 2024, Taurus. That shared energy is the 4 of Cups. This is Cancer energy. It's kind of odd. As the overall energy, I got 4 of Pentacles, and the shared energy is another 4. 4s can represent stability. This is usually not being fully emotionally content or fully emotionally happy with what I have right in front of me. So much so that I'm daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that I think is going to bring me my happiness and my fulfillment here. And I don't have that yet. So sometimes this can be like I'm not fully happy because we're not united and together here. And I'm daydreaming about you and that. Sometimes this can be like, I'm not happy because there's a third cup of love been brought into the picture and I can't get that other cup out of my head. Sometimes this means there's a love offer on the table between the two of you already and it just hasn't been accepted or rejected yet. It's just kind of been left hanging here in the air with nothing being done about it. So I'm going to clarify this. Tell me, why is this the mutual point of interest between Taurus and their romantic person of interest in April 2024? Tell me more about this 4 of Cups, please. Like, really? I love it when they do that to me. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. This is Scorpio energy of the past. This is thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the two of you. This can represent something from the past coming back up again, or someone from the past making a comeback. We are in Mercury retrograde right now. I think I've only had maybe one reading out of the last 15 or so that I've done where this card didn't come out. A lot of past stuff coming back up. Sometimes that's just like here, we're going to test you to see if you learned your lesson from the last time or not. Sometimes this is someone coming back, or something from the past showing back up again. Maybe like an idea that you didn't act on before is coming back around, and maybe it's time now. Could be a lot of different things here, but there's some element of thinking about the past, or the past showing back up. Strength is here. This is the Leo Major Arcana card. This tells me that is a difficult situation that you're both going through right now, and it's requiring a lot of internal strength in order to make it through that. You have the internal strength to do it. It's just you're gonna have to dig for it and find it and tap into it and use it, though. This can also sometimes represent a person trying to tame this beast inside themselves. Like there's a piece of themselves that they're struggling against. Like they're trying to rein that in and hold themselves back in some way. Resist a piece of themselves because like they don't want to make a mistake and do something wrong. Got the Queen of Cups right behind that. This is a lot of love and emotions here. This is Cancer energy. This is a person who wants to pour their love and emotions into someone. So typically this would represent, like when I'm reading for somebody, this would represent them and having a lot of love and emotions for their person. Or if it's their person, we're having a lot of love and emotions for each other here. But there is an element here of like being guarded, though. She's the only character that has a lid on top of her cup, and she does that as a way to try to protect her emotions from getting contaminated. She doesn't want to be emotionally hurt, and she's had that happen before, hence protecting her emotions. But what she really wants to do is take the lid off that cup and pour her love into someone. Could be an element of like, I'm trying to resist doing that because of something from the past that happened, and at the same time I don't really want to let go of this connection, and I'm not fully happy. I'm still daydreaming about something here. Maybe this is a connection from the past. Possible anyway. When I clarify that Four of Cups, I get Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and Four of Cups. Page of Wands. Pages are messengers, so this is news and messages and communications about love passion and desire. This can be like expressing interest in someone, expressing what it is that I want. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool card. So this is like, it's a toned down version of the Fool. It's not like, let's just throw caution to the wind and leap off this cliff. This is more like, I have the willingness to take the very first steps down this brand new path toward this thing I have passion and desire for. It's like begin at the beginning stages of doing something like that. But then I have Two of Pentacles here, which is Capricorn energy. It's a two, so it's a choice. This is usually a choice about these two physical things, and I can't have both of them, and I gotta pick one, and I'm weighing the options. I'm looking at the pros and cons, and I'm trying to make that decision, and I'm back and forth and not fully decided. I'm 1 foot in and 1 foot out about it. The water that's all wavy in the background indicates like rough, choppy emotions, like being emotionally off balance here. Sometimes this can represent an energy of someone who's juggling two people. It's possible. I have like very minor hints. I don't see anything concrete yet, so I'm not going down that path. Can't close that window yet, though. Four of Cups is the last clarifier for the Four of Cups. So anytime I'm clarifying a card and I get the same card as the clarifier, it's the universe going, dude, I done told you. Like, not fully content with what I have. That doesn't really clarify it for me, though, because if someone's juggling two people, clearly they're not fully content with what they have, or there would have been no need to bring this other cup into the equation. There would have been no need to take the first steps in that direction. This could also just be like, hey, this love offer has been made, and I haven't said yes or no. I got the willingness to do it, but there's something that's throwing me off a little bit, and I'm still not sure, which is why I haven't said yes or no yet. Could be any of that kind of stuff. I will freely admit to you at the early stages of these readings, it's not uncommon that I don't fully understand what the hell this is trying to tell me. I will come back to this as I go through your energy. That way I can see how it affects you. I'll come back to it again as I go through their energy, and then I can see how it affects them. But that's the shared energy affecting you both, Taurus, in April 2024. Your energy in this connection, first card's the most important. You got the Five of Cups. Central to your energy, you got two cards. You got the Five of Wands and the Nine of Wands and the Chariot. And your final card is the Ace of Cups. Five of Cups is Scorpio energy. This is sadness and remorse about the past. It's being focused on these three cups that have been spilled and all the love and emotions, all the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled and wasted. There is still two upright cups in the background, which represents that you still feel a connection here. It just doesn't have the primary focus, because at its core, that's what this card is about. Whatever you focus on literally dictates to you what emotions you feel. So here, this person is focused on something from their past, and they're feeling these negative emotions that they felt in the past. They're focused on this thing that they've lost, and they're feeling the negative emotions of that loss. They have this thing that's missing from their life now, and they're feeling that gap in their life. So it's about whatever you focus on is what you're going to feel. Sometimes you get stuck in a focus of focusing on what you don't have and the loss of something and something from the past, because you still feel this connection, and the connection is kind of what keeps you in that kind of frame of mind and that kind of a focus. Sometimes this can represent that there is a connection still present between you, but sometimes it can represent that there's two cups of love here. There's been a third cup of love brought in, and now there's a choice between two cups in the background. It could be any of that, so I'm going to clarify that, see if I can find out anything else. Tell me about this Five of Cups, please. Why is that the first card for Taurus, April 2024? I think this is going to be a pattern for you here. It already happened once, and it just happened again. Bottom of the deck, Justice. This is the Libra Major Arcana card. This is the most powerful card of balance in the tarot deck. This is about doing the right, fair, just thing. The sword in this card is used to sever something that's not in balance, so balance can be restored, and then the right, fair, just thing can happen. Like what's supposed to happen can happen. So the fact that this card here tells me something unfair and unjust has occurred, and this is the need to right that wrong. This could be like something is out of balance going on, and this is the need to correct that, to cut something away. It's definitely, you're not emotionally balanced here. You're skewed in a negative direction, and it's feeling negative because of that. Yeah. I do have Page of Swords here. So this is news and messages and communications. This is sometimes like premature or immature communicating, but this is also an energy of someone who's trying to learn something, someone who's trying to figure something out. So it can be like doing research or doing your due diligence on something or investigating something. Sometimes this can be snooping around kind of an energy, like scoping out somebody's Facebook page, trying to figure out what's going on with them, asking questions about them, driving past where they live or where they work. This can even represent like accidentally uncovering some information that was unfair and unjust, trying to figure out how to balance this out. This could be a lot of different stuff. This could even be somebody saw something and then came and told you about it, and that in that thing that they saw was unfair and unjust, and that could be why we have this sadness and remorse now. This is either you trying to figure out how do we balance this connection out, or you're trying to figure out what the hell to even do now because there was another connection brought in. I'm not sure yet. It could even be elements of both at the same time. So take it however it resonates for you. I'm hoping this becomes more clear. I have several hints of another person that's not you and that's not them having been involved here. But it's just hints at this stage, so I don't know for sure. I just can't close that window yet. When I clarify your Five of Cups as your first card, first clarifier, Five of Cups again. Three of Pentacles, High Priestess. Five of Cups, like I said, Scorpio energy. This is sadness and remorse. You have a lot of sadness and remorse and like emotional loss here. And your focus, I would say, is probably not in the best place. A lot of times the advice of this card is if you're finding yourself feeling negative emotions like sadness and maybe even depression, or just like, oh, I don't really give a shit anymore. It's because your focus is in the wrong spot, and you do have things that you could be happy about. If you just focused on those instead, it would change your feelings. Not always the easiest thing in the world to do. Sometimes that's easier said than done, but there is that advice there I felt compelled to tell you. There's Three of Pentacles is next, is Capricorn energy. I feel like I've said Capricorn quite a bit. I have the Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. All three Capricorn minor arcana cards are out here on the table. You might be dealing with the Capricorn. I've said Cancer a couple of times. Got a little Pisces, a little Aries. Yeah, two more Cancer cards. You could be dealing with any of those signs. Capricorn's out here. You could be dealing with any sign. This is a general collective reading. It's going to be almost impossible for me to pin down exactly who you're dealing with, because I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would if I was doing a personal reading for you. Here I'm tapping into collective energy of thousands of Taurus people all at one time. So I'm just going to call these signs out as they stick out to me, just in case they mean anything to you. But this is Capricorn energy of teamwork, collaboration, working together as equals to build something of value. Typically, what you're working together to build is laying the foundations of building that Ten of Pentacles, like combining lives together, building a stable life together. This would be like laying the foundations of that. But there's sadness and remorse and emotional loss tied to that twice. And then there's the High Priestess, which is she who knows. Like, she knows everything. She just doesn't always tell us everything. Sometimes there's stuff we're not meant to know. Sometimes there's stuff we don't need to know until it's time. And then she clues you in through your intuition, through gut feelings, signs, synchronicities, a dream that has a message in it. There's some message that you get, some intuitive hit, some internal knowing that you have. This can also represent in a love reading that the connection that you feel to this person is deeper than just something physical. It's deeper than just something emotional. Like, it's a powerful connection that you feel like guided toward. It could be that you could be feeling guided toward building something as equals with them, but then there's loss tied to that. This could even be like, I've seen hints that there's someone else involved. If that's the case, this would be your intuition, like spidey senses going off, that something like that is going on, even though it would appear like in the world that we're building this together, there's still something else. Like, she can mean like information that is hidden, that hasn't been revealed yet. Central to your energy, we got that Nine of Wands and the Chariot. The Nine of Wands is Sagittarius energy of being walled off and defensive. This is a card of healing. This is the wounded warrior, and he's been hurt, which is why he's built this wall around himself. It's his defense mechanism. It's his way of trying to protect himself, because he doesn't want to get hurt. He doesn't want to continue being hurt. He wants to heal so he can move forward and take the next step in his journey. So this is indicating that there's either a barrier in the way for you, or you've been hurt here. I saw that from the Queen of Cups earlier. Like, there was this element of being guarded, and now I've got all this emotional loss and negative emotional feelings and intuition kicking in, and another sign that you've been hurt. And then there's the Chariot. This is the Cancer Major Arcana card. This is the fastest moving energy in the deck. At its core, it's about using the will to get past obstacles and barriers that are in your way, and problems and challenges. It's overcoming all of that through sheer will alone, and then moving forward very quickly in success and victory. So in the center of your energy there's this hurt and this defensiveness and this thing that's in your way, but under that is this will to get past it all. Probably wanting to balance something back out. Tell me more about this Nine of Wands and the Chariot. Why is that central to Taurus's energy? We got two that flipped over in here. Making me dig for it, huh? Might be something that you don't necessarily want to talk about or think about. Sorry if I trigger you. Not my intention. I'm just trying to get you the answers that you need so you have some clarity, so you know what to do moving forward from here. I'm just trying to help you get the truth so you can get unstuck. That's all. Bottom of the deck, I have Temperance. This is the Sagittarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of patience. It's about blending things together to make something new, but being patient about it and being willing to do that little bits at a time, and also being willing to take a step back and look at it and analyze it and see how is this working, and then coming back in to make some fine-tuning type adjustments to it. It's about doing it and being patient. It can also be about reconciliation, because water in tarot represents love and emotions, and here the water, the love, has been separated into two different cups, and this angel is recombining the love back together. That could be what you're trying to accomplish here. This is also an energy that indicates something is out of balance and out of whack, and this is like recalibrating things, like readjusting things to put it back into balance. Queen of Cups, it's emotional. There's Cancer energy again. You have a lot of love and emotions for this person. I don't know if this is telling me that you're trying to put this back together with them because you have a lot of love and emotions, and that's what your will desires here. Or if this is you've gotten emotionally out of whack because of this, and you're hurt now, and the obstacle you need to be overcoming is rebalancing and recalibrating your emotions and how much of yourself you're willing to pour into another person, as opposed to being willing to pour that same amount of love and effort into yourself. Two of Swords. Yeah, I think that might be a decision that you're looking at right now, because this is Libra energy of a decision that needs to be made, only it hasn't been made yet. The person on the card's blindfolded, so sometimes that blindfold means that you don't have enough information to make a decision yet, which is why you haven't. Sometimes that blindfold represents blinders, where there's something you don't want to see, like something you don't want to look at, and the refusal to look at it is actually preventing you from making the correct decision that you need to make here, possibly balancing your own emotions out and being willing to pour your love into yourself for a while. I do have Five of Pentacles behind that decision. This is Taurus energy. This is fives are conflict or change. This is an abandonment. This is being cast aside, being left out in the cold, being discarded, walked away from. This is a breakup energy. I don't know if this is something that maybe you're considering you need to break up. Normally this Four of Cups that's out here twice in the shared energy is, I'm not sure if I can accept this love offer. I want to, but I haven't yet. And I also haven't said no yet. That might be what's going on here. You might be going a little bit back and forth about it. I think you get some communication from them, and that's underlying all of this. And that might be what stirs you up here. When I clarify this Nine of Wands and the Chariot, I get the Six of Cups again, the Five of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. I don't know, I feel like I'm poking into something that you don't want me to talk about right now. I can't shake that feeling. The Six of Cups is something from your past. This is, like I said, either something from your past making another lap through your life, showing itself again, or this is someone from the past. This is feeling like you guys were together before and you're not anymore. And there's either some sort of a communication of interest or desire, and now there's this back and forth. I don't know. I don't know if I should, because in the past this all went bad. We were building something and my intuition was screaming at me, and it went bad. I don't know why yet, except until I get to this card, Five of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. Again, it's a five. It's a conflict. This can be a verbal conflict, like conflict in communicating, like screaming match, cussing each other out, a big fight that ends things. This can represent a betrayal. Like, this can be you were dealing with a person who had this winning at all cost mentality. Like, I'm going to get what I want and I don't care what happens to you. The only thing important is that I win and that I get what I want. And they play like an unfair game with you here. At its core, this card is about a mentally or psychologically painful situation or event happening. Like I said, a lot of times that's a betrayal. It's laying right beside this card of we were working together as equals to build something. We were laying foundations, and I've lost all that. That's what was going on in the past, and there was like probably a betrayal here of some kind. If not, it was a big painful thing that probably ended it. Seven of Wands is Leo energy. This is a defensive energy. This is like defending my position on something, defending my stance on something, fighting off all this external energy that's coming at me, trying to protect what's important to me, trying to defend myself, defend what I want, fight for my connection here. This could also be defensive energy because your intuition told you something and either a piece of you is like, no, that can't be true, and blocking that off. Maybe your intuition was telling you about a betrayal. This could be like your person defending against accusations of some kind, and it's showing up over here to describe what happened in the past. It could even be that you're still hurt and you want to overcome being hurt to the point that like, this painful stuff from my past is too much and I'm defending against that. I don't even want to see that. I don't want nothing to do with it. I hope that's not the case because it is there and you know it's there. Take that piece however it resonates. That's definitely not for like every single person watching this. It might be for you. It might not be for you. That piece might be meant for the next person that shows up to watch after you. Ace of Swords is the final clarifier. This is the sword of truth. It's the sword of clarity. It's the sword you make decisions with. The Latin word that decision comes from literally means to cut off, as in to cut off the other options to where there is only one left, and now my decision has been made. I get that feeling here that there's been communication from them to you, and now you don't know what to do. This is the decision, but it's like, I don't like this blocking, deflecting kind of an energy with that. The final card for you, Taurus, is the Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning in love and emotions. It's not always a new beginning as in brand new person. Sometimes this can represent filling the cup back up and starting over at square one in terms of love and emotions. That could be what you want to do because you have loss here. This could just as easily be self-love, like filling your own cup up instead. I feel like you're batting around a choice about that. This is almost feeling in a sense of like you want that cup filled back up with them, but at the same time, it's almost that internal knowing that the only way to fill that cup back up is to dump my cup into it, and then my cup won't be full anymore. Tell me about this Ace of Cups. Okay. Okay. I can dig it. Bottom of the deck, there's the Chariot again. So you've got the Chariot here already in your energy, central to your energy. That Cancer Major Arcana card, the will to overcome the obstacles and challenges and move past all of that stuff so you can move forward very quickly, successfully. And balancing it out, justice again, like righting the wrong. Two of Cups. That's the connection. That's Cancer energy. It's a connection between two people, an emotional connection. It is also a 2. And in tarot, 2s represent choices or decisions. So it's a choice about the connection. There is the potential that another cup at some point was brought in and there was a choice made about that. And it looks like overcoming the obstacles to make the unfair thing right again so that we can get back to this 2 of Cups. Maybe this is talking. No. That's what, yeah, this is like trying to make this right again. Judgment is one of those cards where it's either A, we're calling this dead and over with, final decision, no more talking about it, it's done. Or this is the opposite of that, and it's reconciliation, because it's an energy of resurrection, like bringing something that was dead back to life and transforming it so it's not that way anymore. That's what this is looking like, trying to figure out, how do we get this cup back? How do we get this connection back and put it so that it's right again? Because I feel like at some point it was right. When I clarify the Ace of Cups, I get Four of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Star. Like, how many times has that happened? That's at least the third time out here when I've clarified a card and the same card is in the clarifiers. Four of Wands is Aries energy. Again, fours are about stability. This is stability of the home, stability of the family, stability of the connection between the two of you. These Four Wands represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. So this is a celebration energy of the thing that I want is finally here, and it's like present and stable in physical reality. This cup is here. This person from the past is here. I'm feeling like they communicated with you and probably expressed interest in balancing something back out. This Two of Pentacles can be an energy of like trying to maintain the balance or get the balance back once it's been thrown off. And there's the willingness to go in that direction. Ace of Cups, again, like anytime I'm clarifying the card, this is the universe beating me over the head. Like, dude, we're starting over. Back at the beginning in terms of emotions again. We're doing it again. There is that Five of Swords right beside it, though. It's like, I think there's this element of when we're together and we're doing this, there's still mental and psychological pain and probably betrayal of some level in the middle of this for you, which is probably why you're seeming blocked off here. Two different times in your central energy. Like, this one's about being walled off and defensive and wanting to overcome some obstacle, but this card is also about being walled off and defensive and like ducking and dodging and blocking and like defensive type energy here. I think the decision of whether or not to do this, I think this is the part that's blocking you. It's central to all of your energy, this right here. It's really this Five of Swords, this conflict, but there's defending against that, defending against a decision because of that, but feeling guided. Like two different times I've got that in your energy. The Star is sometimes, it's the Aquarius Major Arcana card, it's sometimes an energy that will indicate you're thinking and feeling that this person is the one for you. Like I said, this can be a deeper than physical, deeper than just emotional. This is like powerful connection, at least in terms of how you feel. This is also a card of hope and healing. I've got another card of healing out here. This is the card that comes after the Tower in the sequence. So you don't get to the Star energy without a Tower happening, where something important to you collapses and falls apart all around you, and then nothing's the same as it was the day before that. And from that place, it's really hard to see the path moving forward from there. And that's what the Star represents. It's that guiding light from the universe that shows up to light the way for you so you can see your path forward. This is where hope comes from. It's where healing comes from. This is really feeling like trying to heal this, trying to start back over at the beginning. There is still this element of defensiveness in the middle of all this feelings of like, this is the one for me. This is like the hope that we can heal it and fix it and put it back together. The only thing that has nothing to go with it in the horizontal rows is just the decision of whether or not you're going to do it. Like cutting off that last option. You're back and forth between yes and no, and one of those needs severed. I think you're having difficulty with that because there's a piece of you that doesn't want to let go of it, and that wants to move forward, and that wants your personal happiness and wish fulfillment. But behind all of that is still that sadness, it's still that heartbreak that, like I said, from a third energy. I don't know for a fact that it was another person. It's totally possible that for you it was, but it's also totally possible that for you that third energy was something else entirely. That's your energy, Taurus. Let's take a look at your person's energy in this connection. First card is the most important. They got the Hanged Man central to their energy, 8 of Cups, and their final card is the 3 of Wands. The Hanged Man is Pisces energy. This is progress being halted. There's no forward movement. Things are stuck. They're at a dead stop, full stop, dead standstill. This is also an energy of like someone who's hanging upside down because they're trying to look at things from a different perspective than they normally would, a different point of view than they would normally look at things from. They're trying to figure out, why is this stuck? How do I get unstuck? How do I move forward from here? Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that can be a negative thing, because that would be a person sometimes who's looking at things external to them, not inside themselves. So it could be someone who's not accepting their responsibility in something at times. This could just represent that things are stuck for your person. Tell me about the Hanged Man, please. Why is that the first card? Taurus's person in April 2024. Thanks. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. Saw that in your energy a couple of times. This is them viewing you as the person that they get their love and emotions from, and things are stuck with you. 2 of Swords, things are stuck with you and a decision that you haven't made yet. It's a decision that needs to be made. See, like I said before when I saw this, it's like sometimes there's not enough information to make the decision. Sometimes there's something I don't want to look at, and that's preventing me from making a decision. In this person's case, it feels like their first card is, I'm dead stuck here because this isn't their decision, it's your decision. I think they have made some sort of a communication, some sort of a love offer to you, some attempt to like try to move forward here and get this connection back. And they're waiting on you to decide. Yeah, about reconciliation, about being united and celebrating here. This is Cancer energy again. Yeah, and behind all of that is that 5 of Pentacles, that breakup type of an energy. So this feels like you guys have broken up in the past, and now they're trying to come back. And a piece of you really wants that, but then there's this other piece of you that's guarded and doesn't want to get hurt again. The decision is definitely on your side. When I clarify the Hanged Man, things being stuck for them, I get the Knight of Cups, the 9 of Wands, Knight of Swords. Knight of Cups is actions toward love and emotions. This is not being at the stages of talking about it. This is at the stages of doing something about it, trying to move forward with a love offer or advance a love connection in some way, but that is stuck here. There is a barrier in the way, that 9 of Wands Sagittarius energy that I already saw out here in your center column here, where you have the will to overcome some obstacle that's in the way, but then there's this, my walls are up because I don't want to get hurt anymore, and that your person is trying to move forward with you and running into the wall. I would suspect because they did something in the past that hurt you, they probably took some very fast action on something. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. Knights are action takers. This is like taking an action on something that I either didn't need to think about at all and I just did it, or this is some impulsive, like spontaneous decision that I didn't think about first. I just took an action without thinking about it. I see that a lot here. This could also mean that, yes, I want to move forward here and I'm stuck, I'm hitting this wall, and I want like very fast speed here. I'm looking for a decision right now. 8 of Cups is central to your person's energy. This is Pisces energy of emotionally detaching, physically walking away. The person here is walking away from 8 full cups of love because there's something better out there for them, and they're walking away from what they have to go down a brand new path to try to find their 9th and their 10th cup, their own happiness and wish fulfillment, their own happily ever after. They're walking away from something to go find that. Now, sometimes that's like It could be, look, dude, this is stuck. It's not moving. I'm looking for this level of speed in a decision and I'm not getting it. So I'm just detaching and walking away. It could be that. This could be talking about something in the past. It did just kind of bring up some spontaneous, like impulsive thing here, some action that they took that was probably not thought about first. This could be them detaching after that. I'm not sure yet, so I'm going to clarify. Tell me about this Eight of Cups. Why is that central for Taurus's person in April 2024? Yeah. Bottom of the deck, justice. Definitely something unfair, unjust has occurred here. Something out of balance has occurred. This is about cutting away that thing and correcting something so that what's supposed to happen can happen. Ten of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. This is most people's goal in the physical world. This is either maximum stability and abundance and prosperity, or this is like combining lives together, like combining lives, families together, building a life together. I get this a lot for people when they're living together or they're married. The Lovers. Like, for your person, they're feeling the power of this connection too. This is like they're wanting to balance this out and get back to having these combined together lives where we're actually together. This is also a card that a long time ago, before it was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So it represents a choice in a powerful connection like this. It even represents like the interconnectedness between people, not just in humanity as a whole, but also in a relationship. They can't make decisions like this spontaneous thing that they did. They can't make decisions like that without it having an effect on you. And likewise, you can't make decisions without it having an effect on them. And I think they're waiting on your decision of whether or not we can balance this out and get this back together. And this emotional detachment that I'm seeing, it could just be like a response that I'm seeing because like they don't want to get their hopes up and they're like trying to like detach from the idea that it's going to happen because it might not. You got the Ten of Wands to clarify that, the Moon, and the Six of Wands. Ten of Wands is Sagittarius energy of a heavy burden that this person is carrying. It is a 10, and 10s are completion, so this is supposed to be the spot where this burden gets laid down and they don't carry it anymore. They can move on without it. They're emotionally detaching from something. Maybe there's some burden that they need to detach from and walk away. But this burden is tied to forward movement and actions toward love and emotions. Maybe that could be what happened in the past. I've just seen like hints that there could have been another person. I don't have anything concrete still at all. They could just be burdened by something about emotionally detaching in the past, or you emotionally detaching. I'm not 100% sure. This is looking like a really complex situation that's got a lot of past elements in it. The next clarifier for Eight of Cups is the Moon. This is like fear, worry, and anxiety, usually from uncertainty. They could be burdened by the uncertainty of whether you're going to take them back or not. What's up, buddy? Yeah. This is also can sometimes represent something being hidden in the dark, a secret being kept. There could be a burden about some sort of a secret that they had from you. There could be like they detached from you emotionally at some point in the past, and there's a secret that they're keeping about why they did that. That could be part of what hurt you. The secret could have been what hurt you if it came out. I did see Page of Swords, which would mean you figured it out in some way, whether you snooped and found it or you accidentally tripped over it, and or you're doing laundry and like pulled something out of their pocket, like somebody told you about it. Like there's a feeling that there was something going on that you didn't know, because either one of these two cards can represent that, and I've got both of them out here. And defensiveness tied to it. And defensiveness tied to it here. That's I think they're burdened by something that they did, and you're burdened by something that they did. This Six of Wands feels like them getting recognized. It's Leo energy of recognition. Sometimes it's them recognizing something that allows forward movement. Sometimes it's them getting recognized for something. If there's something they're hiding, this would be them getting recognized for that, and recognized for the action that they took that they didn't think through very well. It ends up with their final card here being the Three of Wands, which is Aries energy of essentially just waiting on something. This is about being at the beginning stages of manifesting this thing that I want, and I already know what it is that I want, and I've already chosen the path that gets me there, and I've already started taking steps down that path, taking actions to try to create this thing that I want, and I have this positive expectancy that the thing I want is going to happen, just hasn't happened yet. And I'm still waiting on that to like materialize in the physical reality here. So it's an energy of like waiting on something. Probably what I'm feeling here is like they're waiting on your decision. I think the actions that they probably already took beyond this stuff from the past is they've probably communicated to you now. They could have like disappeared for a minute, and now they've come back is what this looks like. Tell me about the Three of Wands, please. You cannot make this shit up. Let's get one more on this Three of Wands, please. Okay. Bottom of the deck. The Lovers. They're waiting on this love connection. They're waiting on a choice about this love connection. It's your choice. Definitely, it's your decision. Ten of Pentacles says, man, they want to combine back together with you is what this looks like. And they're waiting on that to happen. And I think they're back and forth about whether it's going to happen. This Knight of Wands is the second fastest moving energy in the deck. It's rushing forward, taking this rapid, passionate action towards something that they have a lot of passion and desire for. I think they probably already did that. But this is an energy, too, of like, someone who backpedals. You know, this gets called the player of the tarot deck. So it can be a person who comes in all passionately and tells you everything you want to hear in order to get what they want. And then they go somewhere else all passionately and tell them what they want to hear to get what they want. And they go back and forth between the two. It can be someone like that. Could be that they did something like that in the past. But this can also be that, oh, it's going to happen. Oh, no, it's not going to happen. Oh, yes, it's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. I see that kind of feeling here in the shared energy that's affecting both of you. I think it's driving them nuts trying to figure out, is it going to happen or is it not going to happen? Again, though, this could also be, at some point in time, someone figured out that they were a player playing two people at once, juggling two people. Someone saw that, told you about it. You figured it out in some way, and that could be why they're waiting. This is how they feel. This is what they want, and I just think their belief about yes or no is going back and forth because they're not really good at handling not being in control here. I got to clarify that. I got the Two of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Fool, and the Emperor. Two of Swords again, like the thing I'm waiting on is a decision that needs to be made, and it hasn't been made yet. It isn't being made yet, not because they don't want it. They want it. It's just your decision, not theirs. Ten of Swords. I think not getting the decision yet makes them feel like this is dead and over with. I think they have fear, worry, and anxiety that this is dead and over with, that this is just kaputs and there's no way to fix it. I think they're definitely, that's the wall that's in the way, the uncertainty about the ending. But then I've got the Fool, which is taking that blind leap of faith on something. Like, screw it, let's just go for it. We'll figure out how it's going to work as we go. Like, let's just do it. I've got that in the same row here as this very spontaneous, impulsive, like, don't think about it first kind of an energy. This is really screaming, look before you, or not look before you leap. It's the opposite of that. It's screaming leap before you even bother to look. It's just do it, dude, do it. Let's just move forward. Let's go. But they run into the Emperor. Said, this is strange. Like, I got an extra card in the clarifiers. I get 3 clarifiers for you. I got 4 in this column about the decision, and you're the one that has it. And in their energy, I got 1 column that has an extra card, and it's the Emperor, the person that's in control, that's in charge, that calls all the shots, that sets the boundaries, that makes the rules. It's going to go their way or the highway, and the Emperor ain't them this time. And I think in the past, it probably was a case where they were more in control of things. But the decision that controls what they want is not theirs this time. There is an Emperor, and in that case, it's you. And you're the one with the sword to make the decisions. And in the center of their energy is fear, worry, anxiety about uncertainty, and potentially elements of a secret that was being kept. And in the center of your energy is mental and psychologically painful situation or event, a betrayal. I think something bad like that happened in the past between the two of you, and now they've come back and they've offered you their cup of love, and they're trying to move forward and balance this out and fix it and get it back, and they're waiting on you to decide on whether or not that shit's gonna fly or not. Now, if you still have questions about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Taurus love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.